In the previous movie, we created a custom page template and removed the title from that template. However, the method I showed you was a rather crude one. I copied a bunch of code, this code here, from a different template file, the content-page.php file, and pasted it directly into my custom page template. This is a quick and dirty way of doing things, but it's not necessarily the most effective way of doing it. Now I'm going to show you a much cleaner and just as quick way of doing the same thing. Rather than copying and pasting the code, I'm going to use one of the many conditional tags built into WordPress to test to see if we're using the custom page template and then display the content accordingly. Conditional tags are simple if-then statements that can help you consolidate a lot of code into a single template file and then have the computer figure out what to display and where to display it and when to display it. The first thing I'm going to do is reset my no title page custom template file back to the way it was originally. I'm going to delete all this code that I pasted in, and then I'm going to find the original file I copied. That would be the page template file from the 2012 theme. And I'll find the original call. Here it is, get template part, content page. Like I explained before, what happens here is WordPress says, hey, there's a file that's called content-page, and the contents from that file should go right here. So when I save this custom page template and reload my page that's using it, you'll see the title is now back and all the content is too. The next thing I'm going to do now is tell the file that's being called, the content-page file, to display content differently if we're using this page template. I'm going to do that using conditional tags. Conditional tags are small functions built into WordPress that allow us to test for different scenarios and then do things based on those tests. Basically, you're saying things like, if this is the home page, then do the following. If it's not, do something else. In this case, we want to test for whether or not a certain page template is going to be used. We're going to test whether this is a page template, and there's a conditional function just for that. It's called isPageTemplate, and it's used the following way. You ask isPageTemplate, and then you define what page template you are looking for. So we're going to use this exact function here inside the template file. The template file in question is this one, content-page. And since I'm going to make a change to it, I first need to copy it into my child theme. So I'll copy it into my child theme and then open it in my code editor. And then I need to find the content I want to change. It's this right here, the header, entry header that has the title in it. It's right here, the title. Now I'm going to wrap this in a new function that uses a conditional statement. So I'll start with a PHP delimiter, and then I'll say if is page template, and put in the name of the file I'm looking for, no-title-page.php. I'll end my parenthesis, and then put in a curly bracket, and then anything that's within the curly bracket will then be run if this is the page template. End my PHP delimiter so that the HTML can run underneath it. And then I'll put the PHP delimiter back in and end my curly bracket. So what happens now is when content page runs, it'll go, hey, is this the page template called no-title-page.php? If it is, then display the title, which of course is exactly opposite of what we want. But I'm just going to test to see that this works first. So I'll save content page, go back to my site, and reload the page that has the custom page template on it. As you can see, we can still see the title. And if I go to a different page, you'll see that this page does not have a title. It should say About here at the top, but it doesn't. So now I want to reverse it. I'll go back to my code, and then I'll say exclamation point is page template. The exclamation point means not. So now we're saying if this is not this page template, then display this content. Otherwise, meaning it is the page template, do not display this content. I'll save content page again, reload the page that should have a title on it. Now you see the title right here, About. And then I can reload the page that should not have a title. And you see welcome disappeared, so no title. Using conditional tags or even regular conditional if-then statements in your child theme, you can turn on and off elements and functions at will to create highly customized behavior. I use conditional statements constantly in my sites because they make the themes lean and clean and make it easier to manage the template files. The rule of thumb here is this. If you want to show or hide something on a page or post and you're planning on making a new template, see if you can get the computer to test for a condition instead, so you don't have to write out the entire new template.